We were discussing about e-business models and markets on the last lecture, and we have discussed about the goals and vision in the e-business. What exactly your goals and visions are for the business and opportunities available in the market, sources of revenue, product of and offerings. What we are going to offer, and we have discussed in detail all those things and goals and objectives. We need to set smart goals and objectives, timely based, achievable objectives, and within the time limit. And e-business market research, we have discussed a lot about the availability there of a gap, and we must know about the product and who are our customers, who are to whom we are supplying something, and why they are paying us, what value exactly the company is offering, right? So these points we have discussed. We have also discussed a case of with Webven, the company who initially started the grocery online shopping and later bankrupt because they were unable to understand who were buying their products and why people are availing their services, their market segment, the exact segment, right? And today we are going to start continuing with the same topic with the price. And price is an important factor in every business, as we all know, for any product or services you are offering. We have also discussed the model that the computer-aided design softwares. We discussed about softwares on that video. If you are going to add some features on a particular product, it may be a smartphone or it may be a car or anything. There are software packages available. Initially, computer-aided design, we know about the package, and it helps in designing the product, and helps in product designing to operations or design people. And initially it was only for designing product and features, how we can design better products and how we are going to design big features, right? But nowadays activity based costing is also with that product. That is, costing is also incorporated on that software. It means if you are designing a particular feature, so as we say, yes, this is the feature in design, then it calculates the cost incurred in introducing such new feature on a new facility. If you are going to introduce such new feature, any new feature of or facility, the cost will be calculated during the designing time with the cost accounting package, right? The price as India, we have also discussed that in India, whether it is Snapdeal or Amazon or Flipkart, any of the major marketplaces, e-commerce marketplaces, they are basically most of the revenue they are generating. They are generating on the base of the discounts. On the most of the time, what we observe, and mostly we also buy interested looking for the discounts on the right Independence Day discounts. Now they will offer on the Navratris, on Diwali discount sale and all those things, right? So price is important, and important whether in physical business, conventional business, or it is more important now in a business. If you are selling online, then price is a major factor. Price is an important part of the e-business concept and should be established on the basis of market research. Right? We research market, how much customers are willing to pay for particular product with particular features, with particular facilities. Price is often set with an eye on the competition and can have a direct effect on market share. Competitor, what the competitor is charging for a particular product or a particular service. And if you are charging high or low, then why? And is there the solid reason, solid your product providing value for that? Because price is also a factor which defines the value. So, right? We also describe things. Suppose you are going to get a smartphone, if you are buying it on 9,000 in multiple facilities, then you will definitely say, yes, it is a value. The same, similar, you are going to buy on a 13,000, you will say, no, it is not for the 13,000. The price is important factor. In traditional commerce in the US, the seller sets the price. Normally, it happens everywhere. Sellers set the price. Online pricing, on the other hand, may include negotiation or auction pricing, auction based. But we have dynamic pricing in online. Some days you will find the price for a particular product, a particular amount. On the maybe next day it may increase or may decrease. But dynamic pricing is also there on online shopping, where the interaction of sellers and buyers can affect the price. Knowledge of competing prices is also readily available online and will keep downward pressure on prices. So prices are the important factors as we have discussed. The price setting of a price for a particular product is important strategy. Maybe in the e-business or e-commerce, maybe the main strategy of a product. We may be selling on the basis of combos. Many online stores sold combo, and they reduce the price for the combos. When is it okay to increase the prices? It depends on the business. If a company has high fixed to variable costs, right? Fixed cost and variable cost, we also know. Prices should be changed cautiously if customers are locked in and the product or service is less sensitive to price, then prices may be changed, right? Elasticity of price, we also know. If product or services are less sensitive to price, if you are increasing or decreasing the price and services, product or services purchase or demand doesn't vary, then you can increase or decrease. That is also called price sense elasticity. Then prices may be changed to a degree with less risk, but all changes should be checked beforehand with market research and financial analysis. Analysis is required, market analysis is required, right? So price changes also we have to study about the price elasticity and how the market, how the demand changes with changing the price. A potential problem for some products is that the market may change faster than the seller can change the product or service. Right? Market may reduce, the others may introduce the new product or the similar product on a lower price range. One way to survive in this environment is to sell at minimum price that allows profit. The steady development of a product has other advantages. It evens out the revenue. Product may be sometimes, as we study the product life cycle, initially then the peak sale of the product, right? It evens out the revenue stream rather than having the boom or bust cycle of a single product. It also shows that a company is steadily developing and upgrading products. As we upgrade the product, then we changes the price, we increase the price also. And this is in product development cycle incorporated, right? And the price must provide the real value to the customers. The customer must feel that it is good at that particular price. This we say the real value. We also feels every time if we are going to buy anything, we feel that yes, this is good in this price. But if price increases, and we feels that the value is not that much as the price is. Hence, the price must also provide real value to the customer. That is, the customer must be pleased with the purchase of the product or service. Customer must pleased with the purchase of product or service. That is very important. Customer must feel basically must feel that it's valuable on that particular range of the price. Right? Customer must please. In addition to the price, buyer may also be interested in how the product can be of assistance to his company. In this case, comparisons of price and ROI may be used to show that the offering adds more value than a competitor's. And the price can be a basis of building long-term customer relations, right? Initially, means if Flipkart is offering deal, it means offering products on low price, then it can be a way of making long-term relationship in the market, which can lead to multiple sales, and then they can survive. They will make profit. They can make profit. They may be not making profit on first sale, right? And many platforms also gives you the discounts and the coupons for your first sales. right? This is because of making relationship with, because you are making relationship with that platform the first time. So they welcomes you, they provide you coupons, they provide you the first time benefits, Zomato and all. And we try to order from different telephone numbers and all that everyone is practicing, right? So these are the ways of making relations by the companies are using. These are the techniques, marketing techniques, right? Marketing strategies, you can say, marketing strategies, and for making relationship with the customers. A retail customers become more comfortable shopping on a site. It should be easier to get them to migrate to higher margins products, right? If if customer is buying multiple products, then you may offer, even if you try sometime, and if you visit a store, a physical store, and you may ask for a small product, low price product, and the customer, if the store owner or the salesman is wise or smart, so they can offer you at a low price, right? And as you go for the multiple product sales purchase, so definitely they will make profit on higher margin products. The similar things happens on online e-business models also, because we are all seeing, though the whole is the price is one of the main factor in e-business, and we cannot say directly markup, that will markup pricing will be there. Multiple pricing strategies, many pricing strategies are there. We all know different pricing strategies in online mode. We have pricing, dynamic pricing strategies are also there. If they are working, then that's good, because price, they varies basically on the particular deal duration. Dynamic pricing is also mostly in a particular deal duration. If a deal is for the 3 days, then price varies very frequently on these 3 days, right? Sometimes up and sometimes down. You cannot say like the share market, right? So it is, and in normal way it doesn't happens, but during the deals, so 3 day deals or 5 day deals, the companies works on dynamic pricing models, right? Different pricing models. We can work as, we can choose a particular pricing model as per the product we are providing. The product is the main thing for, like, for choosing a particular pricing model. Next is value proposition. It is also linked with the pricing in the value proposition. Value proposition is basically propagating the value. Let customer feel that I got this product in a low price, a very good product in a low price. Price is also there, right? Always there. And how we can work basically apart from price, other factors are there. Let customer feel that they got a good product, right? A value, a product. The value proposition describes the value that the company will provide to its customers and sometimes to others as well. What value basically company is providing, right? One factor, we, as we discussed, price base. If the price is low, then definitely customer will feel value. This is one factor only. So how we can work on that? With a value proposition, the company attempts to offer better value than competitors so that the buyer will benefit most with this product. Company tries to say that, or company offers better value than competitors, but that should be the buyer perception. That should be, must be the buyer perception. Buyer must feel that it is really a value I got from that company, right? It's really a value. So a value proposition may include one or more of the following points. Value, how customer feels. What value proposition may include? Reduced price. As we just discussed, if the price is low and product is good, then definitely it is a value proposition, and customer will definitely feel that I got a good product at low cost. The second may be improved service or convenience, such as one-click checkout. even in India, as I think, as my experience is, as per my experience, everybody is surfing online, working on social media, the normal using Instagram and Facebook. They even don't have idea of how to purchase on a shopping site, to add a cart, to add the product in a cart, then in the checkout, right? And adding multiple products in the cart, then at the checkout, providing the billing and shipping addresses, and you can, if you are gifting someone, the shipping address may be different and billing may be different. So these things people are not well versed in. I'm not talking about everyone, but many what I have experienced. They like product, they want to buy. If you don't have a good checkout page, means if you have multiple checkouts, as it is saying that one click checkout, and if you have multiple clicks checkout, if we are adding coupons and some other things, so everybody don't know about all those things. Adding coupons, then decreasing value, then adding multiple products, right? So we have to make that quite convenience, and we must design only limited address field also in billing as well as in shipping, right? Limited address field. Nobody wants to type too much during the shopping, even at the checkout. So we can on the online board improve service or convenience, such as improved service also can also be how we can see the product in better way, the magnifying glass type images, right? Zoom in, and these types of things we can provide the services, as well as chat applets we have. If any human interaction is there, that is far better to understand the customers, what exact help the customer needs. So improved service or convenience, such as the one-click checkout on e-business, is can provide value proposition. Speed of delivery and assistance. Speed of delivery. Many companies are in metro cities and they are providing same day delivery. They are, because they have warehouses there, multiple warehouses even there. So within 3 days delivery, within 2 days delivery, same day delivery, they are working on these modes also. So speed of delivery and assistance can be a way of providing value, can be a way of providing value for a company. Products that lead to increased efficiency and productivity. Better productivity and efficiency can be a way of uh, providing value proposition. Not only price, as we have discussed. These are the other ways of providing value propositions. Access to a large and available inventory that presents options for the buyer, right? Variety, we say. Different models, right? Variety, different models, different functions. This is also one way. If we have inventory available, large number of inventory with different features and different options available, that is one way of providing value proposition. That is one way of providing value proposition, right? So this is the one way of providing value proposition. These are the ways of providing value proposition in e-commerce. These reduce price, improve service or convenience. Service and convenience may be online chatting, maybe online, right? Such as the one-click checkout, less number of checkout fields, and adding product easily on the cart, then going to the checkout page. Speed, and also if you purchase once from a website, then it must remember your address, shipping and billing address. Yes, you came last time just 6 months back, and this is your address. And there must be the option. Are you want to ship at the same address or want to add a different address? So these are the facilities. Is also the customer, or we will be very happy that the customer, the website, the e-commerce store remembers us, remembers our last purchase, and they have saved our address also. So we don't have need to type our complete address. If suppose we have shifted somewhere else, so there must be an option of updating or changing that address. These are the facilities normally all of the e-commerce stores are providing, right? So these are the ways of providing value proposition, right? Apart from only pricing and all. This is front end, back end, how we works basically, and related to the value proposition and order processing, order placement, shopping cart, and processing. It should be fast, right? And customer history, related to the inventory and shipping. We must, the store must remember customer history and customer relationship management, right? The customer history. If the company have customer history stored, purchase history, large purchase history stored with that, then it will work for customer relationship management, as I have discussed. If the company, if the store saved the last purchase product and last purchase billing shipping addresses, contact number, email, and all, right? So this helps in customer relationship management and easy shopping cart processing placement. This also helps in value proposition. So these things uh, works not only for value proposition but also for customer relationship management, also in customer relationship management, also in providing better services. All these things gives value proposition. All this makes a value proposition. Yes, by if you want to buy something, then you can, these things must be integrated, right? The examples of activities that require integrated systems are order placement through point of sale systems, order placement, customization of products based on user requirements, customization of products. If online shopping company may customize as per the based on user requirements, like suppose you are going to buy the apparels and the size of shirt or right or pant, lower trouser, the trouser different, small, medium, XL, double XL, these sizes. Similarly for the shirt also, top also, right? So these things can company can customize. If you have purchased two times on a particular store, then they must remember that you are a customer who normally buy medium size trousers and medium size tops, right? So these are the histories basically, or customer histories. Production tracking. If the product is out of stock, a particular product, then you can track how soon the product is going to appear, will be in store, right? And how much time it will be to, they will be shipping the product. How much time the company will take to ship the product. And many stores provide the details basically. It will be shipped within 2 days. Means they will able to dispatch. As you will order, so within 3 days, your product will be packed and shipped for you. So it may take 2, 3, 4 days in reaching you. Total 1 week or 7, 8 days, right? Many companies, we talk about customization. Many stores declare that it will be shipping within 1 week. That may be in case of many such customized products. They may take in printing, designing, or manufacturing the product 1 week for the purpose. Many products we need, they also provide the features immediate, right? Same day shipping. They will be able to ship your product same day and may reach next day to you or day after tomorrow. So these are the basically what integrated the system. Such systems are integrated, these facilities, software system that we discussed. And again, customer product tracking, right? Customization of products based on user requirements. These things we also discussed during the initial setup of the in the first unit. Suppose you started a e-commerce store, you are working with, started with a small e-commerce store, and your business is growing. As the business is growing, you need to invest in technology. Why? You need to invest in tracking, you need to invest in managing customer customization services, keeping history of the customers, right? Lot of such facilities are needed, providing, companies are providing. So you need to invest in technology. As any store, as it can start with 5,000-6,000 rupees. You can start a commerce store with 5,000-6,000 rupees. But as your customer base will grow, you need to invest in technology to sustain in the market, to further grow in the market. To further grow in the market, you need to invest in technology. This is we discussed further. So these are the same things, the activities, examples of activities that require integrated systems. So these integrated systems, for getting all these integrated system, production tracking I'm talking about. Now production tracking as well as shipment tracking is there. Shipment, the courier partners, they provide the tracking details where exactly is your product is. If the company has shipped, then where it is now, right? So the tracking of your parcel, that is the courier partners provide, right? Supply chain partners provide tracking of but shipment parcels. So this is again investment, right? Whether production tracking and tracking during the shipment, these we need add integrate. We need to integrate all those things in our system. Needs to integrate all those things in our system. Customer order fulfillment, right? How we are fulfilling the customer orders from which right warehouse, from which warehouse we are going to fulfill the customer orders, or directly from the manufacturers. So these are the systems needed, integrated systems needed for. Now we also need, as I was talking about, external integrations about the supply chain. I told the last slide about the supply chain, external integrations. External integration, the supply chain. Operations on the web can also extend to cooperating firms such as partners in a supply chain, also known as a value web. Value web. The value web may include a wide range of participants as well as the possible use of digital exchange to procure or sell products. Procure and sell products. So we procure raw material, then we manufacture during the operations. Operation is manufacturing, designing and manufacturing. The whole part, research, R&D, design, manufacturing, everything is procuring. It is, we can say, operations management, right? So, operations. To procure or sell products, many firms have participated in a supply chain for years using electronic data interchange, EDI, electronic data interchange technology to buy and sell components and products. To buy and sell components and products. So how external integration is happening in the supply chain? How external integration is happening, right? So this is basically a supply chain integration, external. How exactly it happens? We have inbound logistics. Inbound logistics क्या होता है? Inbound logistics is basically procurement of raw materials and all, procurement of raw material, procurements of the HR, labor services, contractual labor or permanent, whatever. The inbound logistics we initially say about raw materials, maybe parts, components, different finished or unfinished components you are procuring, right, in the inbound logistics. Then operations is basically manufacturing. Designing and manufacturing, plant, factory, operations. So operations, for operations you need inbound logistics, you need raw material, then you finally produce the product, and outbound logistics. You have outbound logistics in shipping the product to warehouses and your large stores, right? Outbound logistics is shipping finished goods products, and then marketing and sales, then service and support. So this is how company integrated, and it is, we say, value chain model, right? Outbound logistics can be inbound logistics for some other company, right? Shipping schedule starts from inbound logistics, and normally if this is whole the value chain model, inbound operations, outbound marketing, sales, service, right? This is company A, this is company E. We are talking about this outbound logistics may be inbound for some other company. A final product, the outbound from Tata's plant in Panagar, the car manufacturer, or any truck, Panagar, Ashok Leyland, they finally shipped, will be outbound logistics of Tata's plant at Panagar or Ashok Leyland plant at Leyland's plant on Panagar. The outbound logistics will be their final product, truck or car, whatever they manufacturing there. Trucks basically they manufacture. Truck, and this truck will be, the finished good truck will be inbound, or the car will be inbound logistics for a dealer in Dehradun, a commercial dealer in Dehradun, selling trucks. This will be, then their inbound is the finished good truck, then operations, then they market and further. So this is the way how the supply chain integration works, right? So in e-business, as we receives the order on our e-store, customer adds the product in the cart, then reaches to checkout, enters the address and contact number, email and all. If the e-store has the customer history, then customers just talks about the payment, whether they are paying, the customer is paying using the cash on delivery or using card on the online payment system. After payment, it places the order. As the customer places the order, it reaches to the store. One email goes to customers that thanks for your order we have received, and one email goes to the store owner, the looking after the order section. Yes, you have a new order, this is the product, this is the product model, and with every product, every image, every product, there is a code associated. On the basis of that code, the exact color, features and price, everything will be disclosed as the owner's end, and the owner starts working on that order processing, we say, and as the product will be packed and will be shipped after next day or 2 days, after 2 days, in the order processing, the next email reaches to the customers, your products has been shipped, and these are the tracking details you can track. That is the product. So this way basically the online shopping happens. Online e-store works like, right? So integrated. Now suppose you are owning a e-store. As you will receive the order, then what you will do? Someone other may be shipping your order. So you will forward that email to that person, the manufacturer or your partner or some supplier going to ship that order. Now you will forward this email or the some part of the email product details that this you have to pack it, and you will also partner with you will schedule the delivery pickup product pickup. Now you will talk to your supply chain partner. You will schedule the product pickup, and suppose they are picking up today itself by the evening, so they will provide you the tracking details and the a label, we say, that which you will print the label. You will enter the pickup place address. You have to pick from that particular address and you have to deliver on that particular address. These both addresses with contact number and emails will be displayed, always displayed on the label that they stitch outside the product package, right? The courier will visit that place and will pick and will ship to customers, right? That basically happens in a marketplace, online marketplace. As you are ordering to Amazon, Amazon forwards it order automatically to the supplier, because most of the suppliers are there on the Amazon, and it routed through Amazon to that supplier. The supplier will pack the package and will pack it on the Amazon's envelope, and Amazon will provide the customer's address, shipping address, and then same time the supply chain partner. One side they are informing to the person packing the product wherever it is, maybe with any plant, sitting with any particular store, or with maybe on a with some particular manufacturer's place, right? And similarly, at the same time, they are also informing to the courier partners, to the supply chain partners. Please go there, pick that product and deliver to that place. So this is the integration of external parties, right? Integration of external parties. This is basically the model. So this basically happens, right? And in these days, you may have heard about the companies in supply chain services like ShipRocket. ShipRocket is a company on their platform. They simply provides an application to you, mobile app, and they have plugins for WordPress. They have apps for Shopify, ShipRocket, and multiple courier partners are there on their application. Suppose you want to ship, they works normally with startups and small e-commerce stores on prepaid basis. You have to recharge your ShipRocket account with 500 rupees or 200 rupees or 1000 rupees as per the requirements, right? And you have to recharge it, and you can schedule on your mobile by installing the app, the pickup address as well as the delivery address, the shipment, right, to the customer's address, both the addresses. And normally a primary pickup address is there, the customer, the owners or the supplier's place, the company's its own address. They pickups from multiple places. Suppose you have association with 10, 20, 50 suppliers, so we can set multiple pickup addresses and you can guide them to please pick from that place and ship to that place, right? So this way the ShipRocket and other supply chain companies are working, and they provide you the options, different options of courier partners. They have multiple courier partners like Blue Dot, right, the TTDC and the Fast Express, multiple courier partners there. And they also provides you the courier partners, you can choose from them to whom you want to give the order from their own platform. And that they charges differently. They charges different amounts also. Most of the time nearby amounts. And basically these companies are providing you the COD services, cash on delivery also. The courier company will collect the cash from your customer and will deposit on your account. And that account is already linked. Your account is with the account number and all details are with that company, with Shiprocket, and they will guide you to deposit the cash, the money collected on customer's account, right? So this is the way of integration of external supply chain partners practically, right? So apps are available from everyone and we can schedule all the business on our smartphone. We can schedule the picking and pickups. You can schedule the pickup for a company to deliver something there all using our smartphone. And they have multiple facilities, means you can install their app, you can integrate their plugin with your WordPress based e-commerce store. WooCommerce, basically we work there. WooCommerce store, they have plugin. You can use their app on Shopify. Any platform you are working, any e-commerce platform you are using for your e-store, these supply chain companies have prepared all the ways, technically they have all types of apps for iOS, for Android, right? Plugin for WordPress, apps for Shopify, and other platforms are also there. So they are working with all of them, right? And things are not very tough. But what you need is you need an innovative product idea to run the product successfully, right? So this is about e-business models and markets. And I